Hi, it's been a while since I've done a sit down video, so I'm gonna go through some books. I've seen a lot of people doing MBRs, and because I'm not the best with TBRs, and because I have NaNoWriMo that I'm doing this month, and I don't know what my plans are going to be in December, but basically I have already been able to tell I have no free weekends until the end of the year. I'm doing at least something every single weekend. Um, that's a bit stressful, so I don't want to push myself to read too much. So I'm doing a kind of books I would like to get to by the end of the year, like a read and plan type thing. And I have like a selection of books that I want to finish by the end of the year. One that I need to buy because like I really enjoyed this one, and I completely forgot about it until I looked at it, and I'm lending this copy to Becca, so I'm gonna have to do this now. I do have some required reads, and you will know what they are. They are the Sarah J Maas books. So we have the live show for this on Monday, so I need to finish this weekend. I'm like this much through. Thankfully, because this is short stories, I can just kind of whip through this rather quickly. So I think I've got like 5 more short stories to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sprint for writing, a sprint for reading, a sprint for writing, and try and alternate that to get this finished before the live. I don't know what plans I've got tomorrow, so I might be able to do that tomorrow. It's got to get done this weekend. I'm going out at like 5:45 tonight, so I have like all day to finish this, and I've got the audiobook. I am tabbing, but there's a lot less tabs in this one. It's a lot of like character building and plot building because we already know everything. But I already know that there's going to be a lot of blue in this one, and that's fine because we know how sad this one is. It's been a while since I've read this one though, to be honest, because I love this one, but it is very, very sad. And also I tend to miss the first 3 books. I tend to miss this one, miss Crown of Midnight and Throne of Glass. I've said them completely out of order, but we're going to go with it. I usually will not read those ones and I will jump to my favourite. So yeah, the other ones, obviously we have Air of Fire, which is November's book, and we have Queen of Shadows, which is December's book. If you don't know, I host Mass along with the lovely Tori, so we're reading these. These are chunky, but they're my favourite series, they're my favourite books, they're my favourite author, so I'm not too concerned about getting through these because I can just like binge these. So I'm very, very excited to get to these. The next book is the sequel to A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. I don't know what the second one's called. I saw it in Waterstones a couple of weeks back and was like, oh my god, I did not know they were coming out with a sequel. I adored this. The rep in this for plus size fat people and also sex workers and porn stars and phenomenal. So good. I'm not very much, like, I'm not the type of person to read Christmas vibes. I'm not. Like, sometimes it just puts me off because I feel like if I have to read a book in a season, it just makes me feel like but this was really, really good and I really, really enjoyed it and so good. So I'm need to buy the second one. So I'm hoping that I can buy the second one as soon as possible and I can read it because I really, really enjoyed this book. It really surprised me. And this copy is going to Becca because I completely forgot that I was supposed to be lending it to her and I didn't take it last time, so I'll be taking it this time. I should probably forewarn her. The next one, speaking of Becca, is one of the books on her the books that she recommends me, because I've read one. I've read her favourite, which I'm very, very happy that I've read one, but apart from that I've not read any of the others that she lent me, and this is in my library app on audio, so I want to read The Martian by Andy Weir, which will also really, really make Andy happy because I know that this is one of her favourite books. I'm a little bit nervous about this because I'm not a big sci-fi fan, but I know that apparently it's supposed to be really, really good. I know Andy raves about it. I know Becca wouldn't have recommended it to me if she didn't think I would enjoy it. And Will Wheaton does the narration for the audiobook, and I adore Will Wheaton, just in general, because he is great. If you've never watched Tabletop, he's so funny, and he helped me to get into board games through my one of my friends at uni. Not that she knew him, but in the sense of like, she watched him play tabletop and then I watched it tabletop and then I was like, oh, this is really fun. Random insert of Will Wheaton. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get to this by the end of the year, because then I can get at least another one of these books finished. There are other ones that I could potentially get to, but this was the one that stood out to me the most. So if I can get at least this one done, I'd be really, really happy. If I can get more done, I'll be even happier. But I've got till May. I'm giving myself a year just to kind of like get to it. The next one, I don't speak about this a lot, and I don't talk about my love for this this franchise very much. So you'll be really, really surprised when I show you a Critical Role comic. This is a graphic novel. This is the Mighty Nine Origins, and it is for Not the Brave. Not is one of my favourite characters. It is Sam's character. It's hilarious. Like, Sam is the funniest guy. I adore Sam. And I love the fact that, like, as much as Sam... let's just talk about Critical Role for a second. I love the fact that Sam has such emotional depth that you can be laughing your ass off one minute and then crying and sobbing about his backstory like the next. And I love Sam. Sam is incredible. He is one of the kindest humans. He is fantastic. I adore him. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this one. And oh, Erin did the colouring for this one. Sorry, Erin is they are a massive artist in the like critter space, and they do what ifs, and they are an incredible artist, and I'm very, very excited to read this one. But this is the only Critical Role book that I have and I own that I've not read, so I'm very, very excited to read this. It shouldn't take me too long. I need to get the rest of them because there are there's Yasha's, there's Caleb's and Ford's and Molly's, I think, that's out. And then they are bringing, oh, and the Bright Queen. So there's a few books that I don't have yet, that I plan to get, but this is the only one that I own that I've not yet read. And the main reason for that was I wasn't reading very much, and I was like, this is a cop-out, which is the worst way to think about it. I will bring the cushion, but it's all the way over there and I can't be bothered. But I need to keep on telling myself, do what you love, because I tell everyone else, do what you love, enjoy what you love, and yet I'm the one who's restricting myself. So I would love to get to this so that I can say that I have read everything that I own that is Critical Role. Hopefully I can get to this by the end of the year. It's only a quick one, so it should be pretty easy. And for the final book that I have picked up, it's not the book itself, it's a generalization. I picked up A Marvelous Light by Freya Marske. I've heard amazing things about this, to be fair, but I've picked this up because I have so many BookBox books that I just haven't read. And that's horrendous. I have so many that I've just not read. So my goal for the end of the year and potentially next year is I want to read as many of my BookBox books as humanly possible, because I have so many of them and they're just on my shelves looking pretty, and they do look pretty and that's great, but I would like to read them. So I'm gonna read them. So I've picked this one up because it's stunning, let's be real. It's absolutely incredibly gorgeous. I absolutely adore it. But I've not read it, so I'd like to read it. And that's it. So I'm not saying I'm going to get to all of these books. Like I said, there are some that are just generalizations. There are some where it's like, yes, I would like to get to them, but I don't know. The only ones that I'm definitely going to get to are the Sarah J Maas ones. And everything else is going to be kind of like, if I don't get to them, it's not the end of the world. I would love to get to 70 books, and I think I'm very close to it anyway. So I'd love to read like a couple more books to get to 70, because I've been consistent with hitting 70 books for the past couple of years. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world. Like, we do this as a hobby. I have been very busy with other projects, which is totally fine. Like, end of the day, like, if I burn myself out with reading, then I'm not going to want to read anymore. Whereas if I read at like a casual pace and I read in a way that like I still enjoy it, then that's the most important thing. And I do have other hobbies and I do have other things that I want to do. I want to write. So like in November, writing is my main thing that I'm doing. I say that I've barely written anything over the past couple of days, but I've got a week off next week, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, it's one of those things of I'm like, I'm not gonna be annoyed at myself for not reading too much. I'm still reading a bit, but I'm not going to be one of those people who berates themselves for not reading. Because at the end of the day, yes, I do this for fun. I do this for the channel. The channel is supposed to be about books, and it hasn't been really book heavy because I've not been reading. But at the end of the day, I don't want to punish myself for enjoying doing other things. I have really enjoyed doing the knitting stuff. I'm already planning another knitting video. So it's one of those things that I am not going to push myself and make it bad for myself. At the end of the day, I'm just going to like have fun with it, and reading is supposed to be a hobby, and it's supposed to be something that we enjoy. If we're not enjoying it, do something else. And don't punish yourself for not enjoying it. Do the things you love. That was a really random segue, but that's it from me. I'm going to go back to writing because I'm not writing. I thought, you know what? You'd made a full video last week. I want to try and do like a video a week. It's not always going to be about books. It's not always going to be about knitting. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I want to try and like get some more videos out. So that's what we're going to try and do. If you liked it, I'm glad. If you have any ideas that you want for this channel, please let me know. I would love to do more with this channel. I need to start like figuring that out. But apart from that, I think I'm going to go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.